So welcome everybody to today's video. We'll be looking at the number line. So this is not a new thing, and this one is specifically made for the Form 1s. So a number line, start by looking at a demonstration. Number line is divided into two major parts, and at the middle we have 0. So on your right you'll have positive numbers and they are labeled like that. This arrow at the end shows you that it is continuous. It does not just stop at 10. Also on the left of 0 we have negative numbers, and just like the way you see at the end here, we are having an arrow telling us that these numbers are continuous like that. So which means we are dealing with what we call integers. And the purpose of this video is simply to demonstrate or remind us how do you add and subtract using the number line. So let's jump into it. On to our first example, positive 2, we are adding negative 3. It's important to remember that the sign before a number belongs to the number. So it's important for us to say that this positive here before 2 belongs to 2 and this negative belongs to 3. So every time you're dealing with integers, remember that, and you'll never go wrong. So we draw a number line so that we demonstrate how we use it to add. So it's important to note where we start from. When you are adding, the very first number is where you start from. And then when you look at the second number, it's a negative. That negative on 3 tells us the direction we will be moving. We shall be moving in the negative direction. Look at the direction arrow above here. So that every time you move to the left, you are moving to the negative direction. How do we know we are moving to the left? It's because of this negative. It is helping us. So this is the way we'll be doing it every time we are working with addition. So then we will move 3 steps. Why 3 steps? Because of this 3. So this negative 3, negative is for the direction, and then 3 is for the steps. So where we land at negative 1 becomes the solution. So positive 2 added to negative 3 gives us a negative 1. Next example B, negative 4, we want to add to negative 3. Same style. We will draw a number line, and since we are adding, the first number is where we do what? We start from. Then, looking at the next number, it's a negative number. It gives us the direction. Then how many steps do we move to that direction? According to this question, it is 3. So we move 3 like that. So our answer becomes negative 7. Quite easy. Good. The third example. Now here we are having positive 4. We are subtracting negative 5. The first 2 examples we've been adding. This one now we are subtracting. So the first thing is we draw a number line. Now again here we will not say we start from positive 4 and then I don't know we do what. Here things change a bit. Every time you're dealing with a negative, the second number, like for this case is -5, that's where we start from. And then the first number, which is +4, that is where we will stop at. Now, if you look at this, you will notice if you are starting at -5 and you are stopping at +4, it means you are moving in a certain direction. And if we go back, we realize that is the positive direction. So before we even do anything, we know that our answer will be a positive value. Now, how do we tell the solution from this kind of a scenario? The number of steps we move when we are subtracting, that becomes our solution. So for this case, how many steps will we move from -5 to +4? Of course, if you count those steps, you realize that you are moving 9 steps. So since we were moving in the positive direction, then our answer becomes +9. The fourth example, D. This is -7 plus +5. Now this one is synonymous with the first and second examples. If you feel you want to try it, you can pause the video, give it a try, and then we can continue together. We see the solution. Yes. So we draw our number line as usual, and then we see what we are doing. We read out it is -7, we are adding +5, so it is addition. So it means -7 becomes our starting point. And then if we are starting at -7, then the positive on 5, it is telling us the direction we are moving to. We are moving to the positive direction. How many steps? 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where are we ending? At -2. That becomes the answer. Lastly, we have -2 minus +6. This is another example on subtraction of integers. So we shall draw our number line, and then from here, since we are subtracting, remember we don't start with -2. Now we will start at +6. We'll mark it like that, and then we will stop at -2. We mark it out like that. Then if we are starting from 6 and we're stopping at -2, you realize the direction is the negative direction. So at this point we can tell that our answer will have a negative sign. So the number of steps will determine our solution, and the sign already we know it's a negative. So we start from +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So our answer there becomes -8. So that is it. I think this is all we needed to remind ourselves. Hope you've learned something. So I would advise you to keep on practicing, and also to subscribe to my channel. You will get more of this and even better ways of understanding math. Thank you very much.